What's up, everybody? A Sparrow with a Gun here from Sleepless Nights with another episode on the Space Engineers Inspiration series. We're starting things off with a heavy pirate cruiser named the... Hold on, I'll get it in a minute. Betelgeuse? I don't know. I don't know how it's pronounced. Look in the description. So, now, speaking of the description of this workshop file, not the video, it is non-existent. So, other than the fact that it's a pirate ship, I really have nothing else to go on. So, if I miss anything, screw anything up, not my fault. There was no warnings, no explanations. So, it's not my fault. Let me reiterate that. So, I thought this was a really cool build, though. It is a vanilla build. Which is pretty cool. There's a lot of detail work there. I'm noticing, I don't know if it's in preparation for some of the new graphical stuff that they're working on at Keen Software or not, but I've noticed a lot of developers are starting to get better with vanilla rather than relying on mods for details and decor kind of thing. With the exception being interiors, there really are no good interior blocks to work with. I mean, that's kind of lemonade out of lemons. So I never expect a lot from vanilla interiors. But like this kind of stuff, the projector as a flag or the damaged hydrogen thrusters as like a torch or something, all that stuff is really, really cool. Very creative. I love the flag. The flag is awesome. This kind of stuff I need to actually figure out how it's done, because I haven't really worked a lot with projectors. I'm assuming you build this structure and then save it as a blueprint and then paste it into your projector and move the offset and all that stuff until it's where you want it, which is cool if that's how it's done. But yeah, so a lot of detail work here. There's also a secondary, I'm assuming attached by rotors, would be my guess, because when you paste it, there's actually 3 different grids attached to one, so I'm assuming this is held by rotor. There you are. So that kind of stuff is pretty cool. And using the spherical shapes and stuff to make little bubbles and things like that is a nice touch. I'm assuming this would be the rudder in actual naval speak, I think. Maybe. Possibly. Or is this the rudder? I'm not really sure. I mean, it's hard when, you know, the ship is a spaceship and not a actual ship. I'm not really sure how it works. But yeah, overall I like this. I love this kind of stuff too, where there's little insets over here that make little, like, turbine thruster kind of looks. I love that look. That is a cool decorative design. Now, haven't had to do it in a while, but I am very close to starting a door timer here, because I'm not really finding the entrance point. I usually try and give myself a little bit of time. Oh wait, here's one. Never mind. A couple of people have commented on, like, oh my gosh, why is there no door timer anymore? It's really just because builders have been nicer to me and haven't made finding the door as hard to find. So it's made it to where the door timer wasn't necessary, though. It was really funny because I kind of turned that into a thing, and then right after that, it started becoming easier to find stuff. There does seem to still be that glitch, or at least it's happening for me, where when you highlight stuff, the text goes away. It's really aggravating. Okay, because like this, it would tell me what this is, I think. Oh, it says airtight door. Never mind, that's not really telling me anything then. Airtight door, so that's gotta be that one. I'm not sure what this room is other than maybe a briefing room, because there's seats and screens. This goes up. This is like weird place for a med bay, but there's a refinery here along with some other stuff. Like I said, there was really nothing in the description on this build, so I don't really know as far as feature-wise what all it's supposed to have on it, what I'm missing, anything like that. Let's see where this goes. I'm going down into the bowels of the ship, I guess. Timer block. I can never make out either, unless they're blinking or something, whether or not some of these timer and programmable blocks are actually used for anything or if they're just decoration. This, I'm assuming, is the crew quarters. I'm not sure what the med bay is doing back here, unless it's an impromptu makeshift shower or something. I guess I could see that. Like I said, vanilla interiors are never really all that impressive. The modded stuff is because you have more blocks that are more high def and they look better and all this kind of stuff, and they're more defined, so it can make for better interiors. Probably should have closed that door first, but whatever. Okay. And then that's timer block, timer block, timer block. That I don't know what any of those do, so I don't really want to push them. This looks to be the main bridge, I guess, with the damage readouts, jump drive status, direction stuff, missile turret information panel, floor plan script menu, and overall cargo and gas summaries. Okay, this is jump drive control, it looks like. Oh, I see. Okay, so each one of these seats does something else. That's weapon control. This one over here is thruster control by the looks of things. And then this one is connectors, antenna, landing gears, and weapons, it would seem. I expected a little bit more of an interior, but I don't know if I found the only access point or not. Oh, it says this is not the main cockpit. What is? This one. Okay, so this one is the main, considered the main bridge, or helm, whatever. We've got missile turrets there. I can't tell if they're supposed to be extended or not. I didn't see any piston controls. There's the rocket launchers, right there on the underbelly. Missile turrets, connectors, camera, landing gear. So I guess that's a mount point for a small shuttle or something of that nature. Oh, that's kind of cool. I just noticed the star-like emblem thing on the side there. That's pretty neat. Okay. And I don't think these side wings actually do anything there. I think they're just held on the rotor for angle purposes, but I don't think they actually fold up or do anything. We're gonna grab the rocket launchers right here, because I don't want to switch seats. Okay, so you have two out the front like we saw. And the rest, I think, are turreted weapons. So that's pretty interesting. Like I said, I was kind of expecting a little bit more of an interior. Acceleration's pretty good. Turning's actually surprisingly really good. This moves like a... Yeah. I mean, it's not a jet fighter, but still, it's not supposed to be. So yeah, this actually moves really good for a big ship. Okay, so I think... Oh, that's kind of cool. The torch on the top actually kind of moves depending on the direction you're going in. That's kind of cool. Deceleration definitely takes a minute, though. Like, it's seeming to have trouble slowing down. That is kind of cool with the torch on top, though. That's a neat effect. But I think that's going to do it for this one, so let's move on to the next one. Alright, so next up we have the White Star. Now this is also another vanilla blueprint, so you can paste it right into your world. The interesting thing to this one, I didn't particularly see a whole lot of weaponry, but it's kind of more of a proof of concept to me. I like that it's transformable. I think that's a really cool idea, and the overall design is just really, really neat. The description is also very light, and it does say that you need to have safety lock engaged in order to fly the ship, otherwise you can't control it, which kind of makes sense. Overall, though, I don't see this pretty much... I mean, you could go through and arm it with weapons if it doesn't have any. I don't know that it doesn't, I'm just not seeing a lot of them. But you could easily go through and add more weapons, I suppose. I'm sure there's conveyor blocks and things in here throughout the build. But it was more of, like I said, kind of one of those unique designs that it just has some interesting stuff going on. I don't know how I oriented this. Is this upside down? I think it was upside down. Alright. I think we're I think we're going in the right way now. So there's a hangar here, which is cool. I like the little blinky lights. That's pretty cool. And you can come in, and obviously there's a connector to dock for a ship or shuttle or whatever you want to call it. Hangar door, I think. Trigger now. Timer block. Hangar gate. Okay, so that shuts the gate. That's cool. It is fairly spacious, which is pretty cool. Now, this is another one of those where I doubt there's a whole lot of an interior, only because I don't know that there's interior in each of the arms as much as I'm thinking there's probably in the main core of the ship things to do and things to see and all that. Oh, that's interesting. Was it supposed to be doing that? Huh. Wasn't me. I didn't do it. All I did was paste it. Didn't do it. Wasn't me. Can't blame me. I'm wondering if that is just for show. That connects down to the large cargo container. I don't really see where that would be going. So my guess is that it doesn't actually do anything. We have an oxygen generator and a tank there. So it seems like it would be relatively survival ready. I think. There's also another connector there for a larger ship, I guess. Or a smaller one, depending on its purpose, I suppose. Okay, we've got a... I guess this could be considered a second hangar. Like, you could have one down there, but then you can have one up here, too. So if you had two small shuttles or something like that, I guess you could consider it a double. Okay, I don't see any other real paths or anything up here. Whoops. So let's go into the main center point. I'm not really sure how these... I think that sensor got... I can't tell what the sensors are doing. Unless I'm tripping an airlock script, which is possible. Come on. I really hate the ones where the sensor says that you're in the way, so it closes the door when you're not around, but when you open it, then the atmospheric pressure pushes you away from it. So that's kind of annoying. None of these actually say they're not the main control, but I think this one's the main control. So we have the hangar gate, large reactors, all rotor safety lock is off, and then timer block, I'm assuming, is what transforms the overall ship. Let's test that theory, shall we? So there's solar panels also on the inside, in case anyone hadn't noticed already. On the inside of those wings there. So if you were... Oh, the safety locks are off. Lock them. So now I should be able to control the ship. So if you rolled it around to where the back of the ship was facing the sun, you could charge your ship that way from the solar panels. There's actually a lot of them, so it would work fairly well. And there's jump drives in the wings, so it has that capability as well. I'm going to try the timer with the safety lock on, because I'm not moving, so I don't know if that'll be a problem or not. I don't think it's causing a problem. So the top wings extend up. I'm waiting for the rest of them to go down. Ooh, that's kind of cool, actually. I didn't even think about that. That's a neat idea. I'm wondering if it's because I have the safety on. Yeah, okay, so it can't transform with the safety locks on. Got it. That makes sense. I mean, it prevents the rotors from moving around and stuff. But yeah, I thought this was a really, really cool idea. Because you end up with a sleek kind of shuttle look type of thing, which is really cool. Now, do those retract back at all? Or is that where the pistons stay? I think that's where the pistons stay. Okay, now we can lock them. So now we should be able to control the ship again. Now, I don't know how it's supposed to fly. The pistons seem a little flimsy. so I'm not sure how that's supposed to go exactly in terms of if this is flight mode or not. But overall, I just really like the idea. Wow, it just lit up. That's weird. I just really like the idea of the whole transformation thing. I thought was kind of neat. Whoops. I did something wrong. What did I do? I hit the button again to retract them, but I had the safety lock off and then it was not happy about it. But that's pretty cool anyway. I like these kinds of trying to do unorthodox things with the ships and stuff. I think that's a really cool idea. So anyways, we're going to wrap this one up. Let's move on to the last one. Alrighty, and last but not least, we have the Urs Merlin. Now, this one, honestly, just design caught my eye. The structure of the ship and everything just looked really interesting. Very, very different. It is a vanilla build with the exception of a mod that cleans up the connection lines between armor plates. So I don't know that that's 100% necessary, but if you want it to look identical, then you would need it, because it cleans up the edges of armor plates, but it doesn't use any kind of like internal modded blocks or anything like that. But overall, the design was just really different to me. It looked really cool. You got these like ring type shapes with the atmosphere thrusters and things like that, and it has kind of a, I don't know how I would describe that, I guess kind of a squid nose type of look, which is really cool. You got these little pockets in the top of the hull. There's space for the hydrogen thrusters. Are those hydrogen or Atmo? Can't quite tell. Hydrogen. Okay, they're all hydrogen over here. And then on these little pods you have Atmo ones. That's cool. So, based on the fact that it has all three kinds of thrusters, it would be safe to assume it can go into an atmosphere and it can leave. It actually is, I believe, designed as a research ship originally. But also, I don't know where, I'm going to have fun trying to find them, but apparently it has 12 different drones, which surprised me because I don't see, unless it means it's capable of housing 12 drones and they didn't come with the blueprint, because there's 3 on the edge here, connector-wise, there's 2 here, so I could see these being ports for drones that then you'd have to like download those blueprints or something maybe, because I don't see a hangar or anything where you would store them. But it said they're in here, so we're going to find them if they are. But it... Oh, and this is the bridge, I guess. So there's the entry point. So the interior and stuff of this looks really cool, too, as far as what I can find so far. Oh, wait, there's a drone. I'll be darned. There are drones on this ship. Holy crap. Okay, well... And there's airtight doors for those bays. So that means each one of these little pockets on the upper part of the bridge. Yep, there's 2 there. And it looks like at least 2. Actually, no, hold on. There's 4. There's 1, 2, 3, 4 in here. And there's different types. There's like search, there's drilling, there's grinding, there's welding, all kinds of stuff. So there's 4 and 4. And 2 and 2, so that would make 8, and yeah, 12. Okay, so there's your drones. Wow, I didn't know that this has a lot of stuff going on for not being a gigantic ship, because it's really not. I mean, it's big, but it's not really like a humongous ship or anything. So that's actually kind of surprising. What does this do? Oh, I can't really read it. Start. I'm gonna assume that it's the airlock control. Let's hope so. There's a timer block going off here. Or is that a light? Light. Okay, light's pulsing. I imagine it's trying to depressurize, I hope. Oh, light's green. No, nothing? There we go. I don't know. We're gonna leave it. I don't care. Okay, we've got information summary readout here. We'll go down. A lot of oxygen tanks. That's never a bad thing. goes this way? This goes into like a server room looking thing? Okay, that goes up there. And certain parts of the ship are pressurized and depressurized and things like that depending on... oh, okay, this leads outside. No wonder it's not pressurized. Oh, there's an elevator. That's... hold up. That's different. Oh, that's cool. They didn't finish the sliding door, so it leaves an opening for you to walk in, and then the piston stuff is what's going to retract it and extend it. That's pretty nifty. I never thought to do that. I'm always looking for new elevator ways of doing things, because elevators are always hard. Unless you're using mods. You know, some of the mods, they come with stuff and whatever to where they're fully functioning blocks, but for vanilla builds and stuff, I'm always looking for new ways to do stuff. Does it auto? Oh, it auto opens and closes. Okay. So I just have to push the button. Alright, so this... ooh, this is cool. This is pretty neat. Okay, that's the refinery. It's going to toggle that on and off. That's the assembler. And it looks like a projector. I wonder what that's for. This goes up. Okay, this goes into the bridge. Ooh, this is cool. I like this. And you've got these nifty, extendable screens and stuff. That's always fun. Okay, so how did they make this work? It's large rotor base, small piston head, and then blast blocks around to another rotor combo to make the screen actually fold down to you. That's a cool way of doing things. Okay, and then this guy. Second pilot console. That's pretty cool. That is really cool. I'm a sucker for those extendable or retractable screens and things like that. Those are so much fun. Okay, gravity. Oh, gravity drive. Oh, it has a gravity drive. That's cool. Battery. Normal gravity. Chain guns, missiles. Mass blocks. I'm assuming this is for the gravity drive. You'd need those. Thrusters, Atmo thrusters. I don't know what a lot of these hangars are. Maybe the drone doors. Hydrogen thrusters. Planetary with Atmo mode. So, not really sure what that would all do. Probably turn off your hydrogen, maybe your ion, and just switch to Atmo, maybe? Or hydrogen. Atmo increase and decrease and toggles on and off. Camera control. Wow, a lot of controls. Merlin's blueprint projector. What does that do? Huh. I don't see it anywhere, so it must not be here. Broadcast range beacons. Jump drive control. Oh, lift. So lift control. Connectors, hangars. Don't know what those are for. Turrets. What is that? What kind of symbol is that? Oh, they've changed some of this. I haven't messed with turret controls in a while. Ooh, target neutral. Oh, so that's IFF. Okay. That's pretty cool. Uh-oh. I'm stuck. There we go. Alright, so let's head back down. Yeah, there's the gravity drive stuff right there. Ooh! Is that a beacon? That's a big beacon. Okay, I'm getting a little turned around here. Where? Okay, that's that. This leads... Okay, so this is drone bays. Q. That leads to another drone bay, I'm assuming. This probably leads Another drone bay. Okay. This goes up to med bay, looks like. Oh, this is cool. How did they do this? Alright, this is going to require investigation right here. How did they pull this one off? So we've got rotor head base, small rotor head, some decorative designs, rotor to a rotor to adjust distance and angle. Nifty. And then came out with what looks like maybe tires? Maybe tires? Yeah. Okay, incomplete tires. Programmable block, sound block, and another set of rotors. Well, now, aren't you creative? That's really cool. I've never seen a corner console like that before. That's pretty nifty. Got cryo chamber. Wait a minute. There's like a door down here. Where does this go? Oh, are these supposed to be like med bays kind of thing, maybe? That explains why they're hard to get to. And then a bed up there. Okay. I also want to get access to this server room down here because it looks really cool. How do I get in? Somebody let me in. Oh. There's a button over here I gotta wait on. Open up. I see the light. It's green. Alright. Taking control, doing it manually. Whatever. Okay, so here's probably the projector that we were turning on before. Logic Memory Center. Oh, that's kinda cool. So there's a bunch of timer blocks. And everything. That's kind of neat. What does this do? Start. I don't know if I want to push that or not. I don't know what that does. Navigation terminal. Memory terminal. Logic terminal. And logic and memory center. Yeah, I don't know if I want to push any of these. I don't know what they do. There's remote control for the block. This is kind of neat. They did a, is that an antenna? Looks like. Yeah, an incomplete antenna. Kind of looks like a needle, actually. That's pretty cool. That is really neat. It looks like it's gonna, like, self-repair or something. That's pretty awesome. Oh, screw it. Let's just push buttons. See what happens. Oh. What do you do? Start. Let's just push all of the buttons and blow things up. I don't know what any of this does. Probably like overloading the ship or something. But yeah, that is a pretty neat, even if it's just for role-playing or whatever, that is a pretty neat system there. Close that. Okay. So yeah, I think that's going to wrap things up for this episode. In the meantime, I hope y'all enjoyed. If you did, leave a like, and I will see you all next time. Peace!